Hello everyone, welcome back to the map of mathematics. In this video we are going to solve this nice math Olympiad geometry problem, and here we have a nice right triangle, and the length of this right triangle are 2 to the power of n, 4 to the power of n, and 8 to the power of n. And our claim or our target is to find the value of n. So here you remember this is a right triangle, and we use here the Pythagorean theorem. So you know that the Pythagorean theorem is hold in the right triangle, so that here we have, if I can suppose that this is any angle, and we have this is the right angle, so the length of side opposite to the right angle is known as the hypotenuse, and we denote it by h. And similarly, the side which join these two angles is known as the base. So this side is called the base, and this side is called the perpendicular or altitude. And we know that what is Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagorean theorem is stated as hypotenuse square equals to base square plus perpendicular square. So this is called the Pythagorean theorem. And now in the next step we substitute the values of h, p and b here, and you see in the diagram we have the value of h is 8, so we get 8 to the power of n and its whole square equals to b, and the value of b is 4 to the power of n and its whole square, and our perpendicular is 2 to the power of n and its whole square. So now we solve this nice equation, and we move towards our final answer, which is to find the value of n. So here we first interchange these two exponents on all these terms, and we obtain here, when you interchange these two exponents, we write it as 8 square and its whole power n equals to, when we interchange these two exponents, we write it as 4 square and its whole power n, and this will becomes 2 square and its whole power n. And now first we expand these squares, and we obtain 64 to the power of n equals to 16 to the power of n and plus 4 to the power of n. And now here we rewrite this equation in this way, as we easily converted this equation into the cubic form. So that in order to convert this exponential equation into the cubic form, we rewrite this equation as, so here you have 64, and we write it as 4 cubed and its whole power n, and here you have 16, we write it as 4 square and its whole power n, and we write this 4 to the power of n as it is. And now in the next step we again interchange these exponents, and we write it as 4 to the power of n and its whole cubed equals to 4 to the power of n and its whole square plus 4 to the power of n. And now in the next step we divide each of the side by 4 to the power of n, or in other words we take here y equals to 4 to the power of n. So when you take y equals 4 to the power of n, then this expression will becomes y cubed equals to y square plus y. And now in the next step we move all the terms from right hand side to the left hand side, and it will becomes y cubed minus y square minus y equals to 0. And now in the next step you see here we have y be the common term, so that we take common y here, and we obtain y square minus y minus 1 equals to 0. And here we have two cases. Our first case is we take y equals to 0, and the second case is we take y square minus y minus 1 equals to 0. And now we solve these two cases. So first we discuss the case number 1. So our case number 1 is y equals to 0, And case number 2 is y square minus y minus 1 equals to 0. And now we back substitute the value of y. So here you see that the value of y is 4 to the power of n. So we back substitute the value of y on both of the cases. So now first we discuss the first case, and in first case we have 4 to the power of n equals to 0. And here you see that the exponential function in all is always greater than 0. So it is not possible an exponential function equals to 0. So that we will rejected this case, and we just proceed here this case only. And in this case, now first we find the factors of this equation. In order to make the factors, here we need to use the quadratic formula, so that we first write the coefficients of this equation, and we have a equals to 1, b equals to minus 1, and c equals to minus 1. And you know that about quadratic formula, it is written in this form: y equals to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4 times of ac divided by 2 times of a. So here we substitute the values of a, b and c, and we get y equals to minus b, and the value of b is minus 1. So this minus times of minus becomes plus 1, and plus minus square root of b square. So our b is minus 1, and minus 1 square is plus, and minus 4 times of ac. So our a is 1 and c is minus 1, and it will becomes plus 4 and divided by 2. And now we simplify this equation, and we get y equals to 1 plus minus square root of 5 divided by 2. And here we divide this value of y in two cases, so that our first case is we write the positive value, which is y equals to 1 plus square root of 5 over 2, and in the second case we write y equals to 1 minus square root 5 over 2. And now we again substitute the value of y, and we know that the value of y is 4 to the power of n equals to, we have we divide 1 plus square root 5 over 2, and we will easily obtain. So when you use the calculator, and you get the value of this expression will be 1.618. And in the second case, when we substitute the value of y, then you get 4 to the power of n equals to, here you get some negative value, 1 minus square root 5 over 2. So this expression gives us the negative value. So here you remember one thing is that an exponential function cannot be equals to some negative value, because it is always positive and it gives always positive value. So it is not possible to an exponential function equals to some negative value. So that we will rejected this case, and we will just proceed here this case only. And in this case we use here the nice logarithm in order to find the value of n. So here we take log on both of the sides, and we get log of 4 to the power of n equals log of 1.618. So when we use the property of logarithm, so we move this exponent in the front of this log, and we get n times of log 4 equals to log of 1.618. So that we use the calculator in order to find the values of these log. Now first we move this log 4 in the right hand side, and we get log 1.618 divided by log 4. So that here we use the logarithmic table or calculator, you can easily get the value of these logs, and it is equals to 0.2089 divided by 0.602. So when you divide these two values, then you get the value of n equals to 0.347. So this is the value of n. This is our final answer, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.